We're back on your Wednesday at 8:30. I'm here with Charlie O'Hara, and he's in studio every week to answer your legal questions. Thanks for coming back in, Charlie.
Great to be here.
Appreciate it. Sounds like we've got a few calls on the line, though. You ready to take them?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
First caller, go ahead. You're on the line.
Yes, I was wondering, how often should a will be updated?
Well, I don't think it needs to be updated very often unless things change. If you decide you want to do something different or something like that, then you want to change it. But, I mean, and I guess, or if you get a lot of new assets or do things you want to do differently with your assets that you have, you need to change it. But otherwise, I don't think there's usually a lot of reason to change them. Sometimes there's some differences in the tax code, but usually in relation to wills and things like that, they don't happen very often. So it's usually people get, you know, one of your children gets divorced or something, so you want to change what's going on, make sure that their children get something even though there's a divorce, and keep it away from the lady or the man that got divorced that's not your child or something like that. Or you gain some more assets and you want to divide them differently, or something happens in your life that you want to give things away differently. But usually unless that happens, I think a will stays pretty steady, and most of them are pretty kind of straight down the middle. You divide things and they go to your wife if you die, or your husband if the wife dies.
Okay.
And then it goes to the children after that. That's how most people do it, but you can do it differently too.
And do you need to change it too as your health changes? Is there a need to do that, or really what you start out with, you know, your age doesn't necessarily dictate that stuff?
I don't think your age dictates at all. It's the factors that happen, and people change. I mean, they may have a lot more money as they get older, or they may have a lot less money, and they want to change how they do things. Or one child may really take care of the parents, and the other child doesn't if there's only 2 children, things like that.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks, Charlie. Second caller, go ahead. You're on the line.
Yeah, I have a renter that is leaving, and I have some siding that's been destroyed, and he wants to fix it, and he doesn't want to pay for an outside contractor to do it. Am I obligated to him, or can I have the contractor do it?
Well, my first answer would be, as I say in all these things, that whatever your agreement with the renter was controls. That written agreement controls. However, usually I would think in a situation like that, the landlord gets to dictate how that's going to be fixed. So if you don't want your renter to fix it, then you can have someone else fix it, and he's supposed to pay. Now, getting him to pay is a different matter, because if he refuses, you're going to have to go to court and collect that from him. So sometimes it's a little bit of a problem, but usually you want someone to fix your property that knows what they're doing, not some renter that's trying to get out of it cheap so they can get out of there and not owe you any money. So probably the best thing to do is have someone fix it. Okay.
And the last caller, go ahead. You're on the line.
Yes, hello.
Hi, good morning. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, my question is, my brother took out a title loan, really not very intelligently, a couple of years ago, and has not yet paid it back, and it has since gone to collections. And I have been trying to help him get this paid off, but the law office that is in charge of the collections for this account have not returned phone calls. I can't get a hold of them. And so my question is there a certain point after me and him trying that we would no longer owe that money?
Well, I don't know that you ever quit owing the money, but actually collections, there's a certain period of time, if they don't get any money, they have to keep that collection process alive, is what we call it. Keep it so that they can actually collect it. And if they don't do that, then they're not going to be able to collect it. So, but most of the time they will.
Okay. So maybe visit another lawyer if necessary.
Yeah, well, it sounds like the people collecting it have a lawyer, actually.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for answering the questions.
Right.
We're out of time.
Okay.
Of course, if you have another question, call back next week. We're going to take a break now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.